big news just dropped from The Athletic and David Ornstein, who, if you don't know, is a very, very reliable source, and now Arsenal have just confirmed it. Kieran Tierney out for the rest of the season. Now, we've only got a month left anyway, but it looks like he's going to have, I think it's knee surgery. Arsenal hoping he'll be back by July for pre-season. He'll miss Scotland's playoff game against Ukraine, and then potentially their playoff final if they beat Ukraine in June. But he's out for the rest of the season for us, which is a huge blow in our quest for top four. And as you saw last night, I didn't make an announcement that I was going, but I ended up getting a ticket for Crystal Palace away last night at Selhurst Park. That was a journey in itself on the way back, but this isn't what this is about. Kieran Tierney, so gutted for him. I'm really gutted for him. It's a big blow for us. He's a key part of our team. And you saw last night, and I didn't mention this in the video, but I probably should have done, having Kieran Tierney out of that team last night, which we all thought was an illness, ended up being a huge loss with Nuno Tavares. He's only a kid. Look, he's a youngster. I'm not going to rip into the guy too much. But he's out. He is a bit out of his depth. In fact, he is out of his depth completely. Compared to Tierney, is cut from a different cloth completely. He needs to step up big time. If we want to get this top four, he has to improve. Either that, or Arteta's got to try and do a different system. Does he maybe go back to a back three, maybe, and then Saka goes back into wing back? But then our main focal point going forward is Saka, so then you can't really take him out of there. We saw Xhaka play at full-back for a bit last night as well, which he hasn't done for a long time. Tierney has these problems with injuries every now and again, and I am actually gutted for him because it looked like he was going to have a full season without a proper injury, and unfortunately, with a month to go, this has happened. And let's be honest, we haven't had many injuries since really August, since the whole Brentford thing with the COVID, back in August. Haven't really had many injuries. A lot of people could say maybe we've been a bit lucky, but we've got a very slim squad. We didn't add to it in January. A lot of people, including myself, said it probably is a bit of a risk, but they back whatever's in front of them and they'll go for it. But this was the caveat of that. If you get injuries, there's not going to be players in those sort of positions to replace them. But they've got to step up. Big game Saturday. I won't be covering it because I'm working this weekend. Brighton at home. We've just got to step up and nip that Palace game in the bud from last night and get back to winning ways as soon as possible. Because if we don't beat Brighton on Saturday, then we'll have even bigger problem on our hands. But I just wanted to give you guys an update. If you didn't know, Kieran Tierney out for the season. Got it for him as well, because obviously business end of the season, no player wants to miss out, especially with this quest race for top four. We're playing for something at this stage of the season, which we haven't really been the last couple of years, especially since Tierney's been at the club as well. Sure, it's not a league title, and I'm not comparing it to a league title, but top four race is still something to play for, and we're very much in contention still. And with that being without Kieran Tierney is going to be a huge loss. And I'm glad I'm not the gaffer, because I have no idea what Arteta's going to do to cover it. It wouldn't surprise me if he plays Xhaka at full-back, and it really wouldn't surprise me. I don't know how long Tomiyasu is going to be out for, and it looks like Partey is being assessed for Saturday, so he's not too bad. He had an awful game last night. But like I said, last night, I didn't really elaborate on it too much because I just wanted to get out of there. Terrible performance by Arsenal, and they just need to step it up on Saturday. If they get back to winning ways on Saturday, then we're back on track. If we lose on Saturday at home to Brighton, we could have problems. But get well soon, Kieran Tierney. It's a huge loss for us in this fight for top four. He's a big presence. Probably one of the first people on that team sheet is Kieran Tierney. And Mr. Consistent, even when we had the likes of Mustafi and Socrates, Tierney was there. And Tierney was actually one of Emery's signings. And probably one of the few Emery signings that was decent, probably alongside Saliba. And he is not even in the team either. But yeah, just absolutely gutted about that. It's a huge loss for us, and it's a huge loss. It's gutting for Kieran as well. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up from me. It's annoying that it's bad news, but I had to cut. I felt like I had to really make a video on this, and I haven't made a video like this in a little while. Obviously, the Palace game, it was, I've already spoken about it on this channel, so if you want to check that out, I was at Selhurst Park last night. Go on to the last video I uploaded before this one. It will be there, but I'm going to wrap it up here because I didn't get much sleep last night, and to be honest, I need to catch up on it. And I've just finished work, and the news literally just broke on my phone. Thought I'd give my reaction to you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I don't know what he's going to do. Saka at fullback. We're going to go back to a back three with Holding in there as well. And if Tomiyasu is end up being back, which we don't know, will we play Tommy at left back and Cedric at right back? Will that work, or are we just going to try and trust in Tavares and hope that he does get better? And he did show signs of being decent in around Christmas time. But since that Forest game, when he got subbed off at half-time, I think his confidence has just dropped completely. And I'm hoping he can get back to that similar sort of form he had before that Forest game, because we're gonna need everyone focused and ready to go. We weren't ready to go against Palace, but I saw it as a potential blip. But if we lose again against Brighton, this ain't a blip. Let me know what you think in the comments. What should Arteta do in this situation at left back? Yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Should it be Nuno? Should Saka come back at full back? Or is it just going to be Granit Xhaka? Let me know in the comments down below. That's going to wrap it up from me. Like this video if you want, subscribe if you're new. And get well soon, Kieran Tierney. We're going to need you back, hopefully fresh for next season.